This is Mindy reporting to you live today for Citizens Voice, and I have Nicole with me here from the Climate Generation, a Will Steger Legacy delegation. Nicole, will you just tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're here?
Sure. I'm Nicole Anderson. I teach at Ramsey Middle School in St. Paul. I also work with Concordia Language Villages with youth in the summer. And I came with Climate Generations as a group of 10 teachers who are all doing climate education in their classrooms. We are from all over the U.S. And so our goal here is to link our students with COP21. And so we've been learning about all the issues before we came. We are blogging every day, and it's up on the web if you want to see it. And we also did a webcast back to our students.
Yeah, and I put a link on our Citizens Voice Facebook page the other day to all the Climate Generation webcasts, because I know you have been doing a ton of work.
Hard.
Yeah,
every day we have a 10 p.m. deadline.
Wow, and I've been wondering how you get to see anything with all of the other work you've been doing, reporting back.
Well, I do clearly feel like a citizen reporter. I kind of feel like that's my job here, is to see as many things as I can and to digest at least some, and then choose a few things to report back to my students.
Have you ever been to a conference like this before?
I've never been to a climate conference. I'm a French teacher, and so the way I'm sort of weaving it into my class is quite different from a science teacher. I've been to Paris before, but I'm also trying to throw in things about Paris and language and culture for my students as well.
Yeah, and I don't speak French, but I'm noticing even around us right here a lot of things on French solutions. A lot of things that have been done here in France and in other French-speaking countries, and the amazing opportunities there are for businesses and organizations that are already working on solutions to climate change. And have you had a chance to talk to any of those kinds of groups?
Well, I mean, a lot of the European countries have ties with their former colonies. And so it was interesting. I did see a workshop a few days ago about a new finance deal for Seychelles, which is French-speaking. They're independent, but they're clearly linked to France. And some of the financing, I think, is the Paris Club was going to finance the Seychelles basically to create a marine conservation area. And in exchange for the finance, they would pay off some of the debt that Seychelles has accumulated with disaster relief and hurricanes and things like that. So that was a groundbreaking deal, and other island nations really wanted to get in on similar deals too. They made it quite clear, Grenada's interested, Jamaica's interested. Once one person does it, then they all want to have a similar deal.
And so I'm curious then, since you're a French teacher, obviously coming to Paris is an interesting thing to do, but why come with Climate Generation? What was it that made that interesting to you?
Well, I have to say it's really a combination of personal interest and professional. And I took a workshop last June with Climate Generation because environment is one of my passions. I love the outdoors. I do a lot of things outdoors. And I had seen this organization in action and really thought they were a worthwhile place to put my time. So it's kind of a combination of personal and professional interest. I decided to go for it.
Well, and working with young people is so important. And just making climate change a part of everyday conversations, I think, is really important. So I thank you for the work that you do as a teacher and just working this into conversations in everyday life with your students.
Right. I think one of the main things that I've witnessed here is the power of stories. In speaking with people directly who are from countries who are affected, it makes me realize that climate change is now, because how we live and where we live, we don't really see that it's right now that we need to act. And so the power of stories and that personal face to go with the story, I think, is really what sways people to be interested. On the other hand, our teachers also brought stories from our students. We brought them to John Holden to take them to President Obama. So it's kind of a two-way street, the power of stories. And that's really what's jumped out at me at this conference.
Absolutely, and thank you for sharing your story with Citizens Voice
You're welcome.
on our last day here in the Green Zone.